Okay, so Nintendo Switch Sports. The long-awaited sequel to Wii Sports Resort is releasing in less than a month, and the game makes no sense. An overview trailer for Nintendo Switch Sports was released the other day, and some aspects of the game seem amazing. Other aspects of the game are kind of disappointing. And to top it all off, I don't understand why Nintendo are making this game. And so in this video, I'll be talking about all of those things. Let's begin. Seeing as everyone on YouTube has been talking about how Nintendo Switch Sports looks amazing, I figured we'll start the video off by talking crap about Nintendo Switch Sports. When Wii Sports was released in 2009 on the Wii, it featured 12 different sports, and these sports were all really good, except canoeing. I don't know anyone that actually liked canoeing. Now Nintendo Switch Sports is releasing in 2022, so 13 years after Wii Sports Resort, and Nintendo Switch Sports is releasing with 6 sports. You cannot tell me that Nintendo Switch Sports should have half of the amount of sports as a game in its series that was released in 2009. Nintendo did make sure they included the most loved sports, such as sword fighting and bowling, and I can't deny that the new sports in the game such as volleyball and soccer look really good. But how is a game in 2022 going to have less content than a game that was released in 2009 when it's meant to be a sequel? It's honestly sad in my opinion, and I don't know how this doesn't annoy anyone else. Then there are the new characters. I hate these guys. They're way too realistic. They look so corporate and they are such a huge downgrade from Mii's. They're officially called Sportsmates, and that is such a stupid name. And before anyone tells me in the comments, yes, I know Mii's are still going to be in the game, but seeing as how incredibly iconic Mii's are, I think it would just make more sense to have Mii's be the only character in the game. Like, at least have Mii's in the forefront of the trailer. It's like Nintendo are trying to hide Mii's, and I don't understand why. Basically, I just hate these Sportsmates. Everything about them sucks. I wish there were only Mii's in the game. Now I'm going to address the title of the video and talk about why Nintendo Switch Sports just doesn't make any sense. So with every Nintendo system that releases, there is always a game that releases on the same day as the system that acts as a tech demo. The tech demo on the Wii was Wii Sports, the Wii U had Nintendo Land, and the Nintendo Switch had 1-2 Switch. Now 1-2 Switch did a good job at showing off the Joy-Con's capabilities, but the game wasn't too good. Compared to Wii Sports and Nintendo Land, the game had no personality at all, and to top it all off, the game sold horribly. So from what I'm gathering from Nintendo Switch Sports, it's basically a tech demo. The game is showing off the Joy-Con's functionality, but it makes no sense at all to release a tech demo for the Switch over 5 years after the system has released. I just don't understand why Nintendo would do this. Now you could say that, well, Nintendo aren't releasing this to show off the Joy-Con's functionality. They're just releasing it because they need another game to sell in 2022 and want to make a bunch of money off making a sequel to Wii Sports Resort, which is one of Nintendo's most popular games ever. Let me break down both of these arguments real quick. Nintendo are already releasing a bunch of games in 2022. Plus there's the Mario movie and there was the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass. So if Nintendo weren't releasing this game, I'm sure it wouldn't really hurt them too much at all. Now it would make perfect sense for Nintendo to try release a game that taps into Wii Sports Resort's huge audience. But Nintendo Switch Sports isn't being advertised in a way that makes it seem similar to Wii Sports Resort to more casual gamers. Obviously, everyone watching this video knows that Wii Sports Resort and Nintendo Switch Sports are going to be similar games. But someone that doesn't care about video games and just happened to play Wii Sports Resort a decade ago isn't going to understand that they're similar games. Visually, the games don't look similar at all, Mii's aren't in any of the trailers, the iconic music is gone, and there are sports missing from the game. Casual gaming fans are not going to understand that Nintendo Switch Sports is similar to Wii Sports, so I don't understand why Nintendo are actually releasing this game. It just makes no sense to me. I did say that I was going to talk about what I like about Nintendo Switch Sports earlier, but it basically just comes down to me being really excited to play Wii bowling and sword fighting. Also, the fact that you can play bowling online with like 10 other people is absolutely insane, and I cannot wait to do that. Let me know in the comments if you're looking forward to Nintendo Switch Sports, and the video's done. Bye.